Hey guys, how's it going? This is Autobot JCB here again for another How to Transform video. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to transform the 2007 Voyager class Autobot Ratchet. This figure is from the first live-action Transformers movie. As you guys can see here, Ratchet's vehicle mode is that of an emergency vehicle. If I remember correctly, he's actually supposed to be like a modified Hummer. Because if you look at the front end of him, obviously he's very Hummer-esque, so to speak. If I remember correctly, a behind-the-scenes thing for the movie, they actually showed that that this was custom built, and then they just put it onto a Hummer frame. As you can see right there, he's got search and rescue stamped on the side, fire department. He's got the Autobot symbol right there. This line right here, it says search and rescue. It says fire department there. This line right here, where it kind of spikes up like that, makes me think of that little machine that they hook up to measure, like they would hook up to a patient to measure like their heart rate. It honestly looks like that would be like a heartbeat on that type of monitor. As you guys can see here, they put quite a bit of detail into him. I absolutely love that he's got this huge grate on the front of the hood of the truck. Excuse me. I love that they included the headlights, the high-powered lights. He's got the lights on the top. He's even got the emergency lights that are mounted on the top right there. They've got the tread on the tire. Just an insane amount of detail. Honestly, all of the movie figures, they did an amazing job with, in my opinion. So what I'm going to do is what we're going to do first is we're going to go ahead and we're going to jump into transforming him. And what we're going to do first is we're going to take the cargo grate off the top, and this is just held in by a couple of pins. We're going to take that out, and they're held in by pins right there, and right there. And those pins are right here, and right here. Now, this piece right here, we'll go over after a bit, but first thing we're going to do is we're going to get into transformation. So we're just going to set that off to the side and bring Ratchet back in for a close-up. So the first thing we're going to do in order to transform this is we're actually going to come right here, and you will see this seam right here. If you grab this, this will actually pull free of that piece right there, and this will just bring out, and we'll fold it in front of the door of the Hummer itself. The next thing we'll do is we'll come right here. We're going to go ahead and do this on the same thing on the other side. Go ahead and pop that off that pin, and go ahead and fold it forward and lay it flat. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and come right here, and we're going to start by flipping this out part way, and then push these down, flip this out a little bit farther, and then what we'll do is we'll go ahead and flip out what will become his feet. And as you do, you'll notice that the flat section right there, as you do that, you'll see that will actually kind of push out from the inside of his legs. So we'll go ahead and flip that one out just like that. The next thing we'll do is we're gonna go ahead and come right here, and we're gonna split this apart, because then what we're gonna do is we're gonna spin his leg all the way around, and then we will move it. We will rotate it so it's straight. Because then what we're gonna do is we're gonna come right here, and we're gonna bring this down the rest of the way, and bring this down the rest of the way, and then these pieces right here, they just fold up behind him, and they kind of slide up into a little track. They don't really do anything else. But anyway, so there, as you guys can see, we've already got the lower half of Ratchet ready to go. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to come up to the top here, and we're going to go ahead and move the windshield. Whoops, that was not supposed to pop off like that. I guess since we have it off, we can work with that. This piece will actually sit inside underneath his waist, and what we're gonna do, if it popped off, that's fine. If it stayed attached, just follow these instructions. But what we'll do, if it's attached or detached, we'll go ahead and open up the windows a little bit, and then flip this back just like that, and then take the windows and fold them back behind just like that, so it looks like this. This is going to be the front section right here, and this is what these windows will actually be on his back. We'll just set that off to the side for right now, and I'll show you how to reattach that in just a minute. All right, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to come right here, and we're going to move this piece off to the side just like this. And we're going to move this piece off to the side just like this. Then what we'll do is we'll come right here, and you'll see that there's a port right here and there's a pin right here. Go ahead and bring this up, fold this up on this hinge, and port that into the pin port that in there right there. Then we'll go ahead and bring his legs back down. And now what we'll do is we'll come right here and we'll reattach the, oh, actually, no, I had that right, excuse me. We'll go ahead and reattach. If it helps, go ahead and fold this piece back out. And we're just going to go ahead and reattach that right into the where it popped out from. So we'll go ahead and pop that back in just like that. Then go ahead and lay that flat on the hood of the truck. Because now what we'll do is we'll come right here, and you'll see that there's another pin right there, which will port into this hole, or port into this port right here. Go into this port, excuse me. And then as you do, you will see right here, there's a little groove right here. The little hinge right here will actually seat right into that groove. So we'll go ahead and fold this down. And that will... Oh, actually, I missed a step. Before you bring this part down, flip his arms over just so you have the clearance. Now what you can do is you can bring this down and port it in just like that. So now we have Ratchet just like this. And give me 1 second. We'll move the camera up a little bit. All right. So now what we'll do is we're going to come right over here, and we're going to bring what will become his arm down, and we'll just go ahead and fold it out straight and give it a 180-degree turn. Fix this leg. There we go. And then we'll come down here. We'll do the same thing. Flip it out straight, bring it down, and a 180-degree turn. Then obviously you guys can see that Ratchet's still hiding his pretty little face. So the next thing we'll do is we'll take this whole section right here, and we'll just flip this up, and there's Ratchet. Like I said, I absolutely love the amount of detail that these movie figures have. I think that they did an astounding job getting these guys as movie accurate as possible. I know older figures, sometimes they're good, sometimes they don't look so good. It is what it is. You can't do everything. But honestly, with the movie figures, they knocked it out of the park. Honestly, I think they knocked it into the next stadium, in my opinion. But anyway, so like I said, one piece I had you guys take off to begin with was actually the grate on the top of him. Now, this can actually has a couple of uses. One, it can actually be used as like a medical stretcher, where you can lay a smaller figure on here. The only problem is he really can't pull it because he can't really grip onto it. But it can be used as kind of a little stretcher. Maybe you can have like some of the smaller figures. You could have two of them holding it, and you have another little guy laying on it, and Ratchet's just kind of guarding them and protecting them while they get that Transformer off the battlefield. And then one other thing you can do, if you look right here, you'll see that there is a seam right here. If you go ahead and split this apart, what it will actually do is it'll turn this into a giant like pincer. And when you have it mounted on Ratchet with this port right here, it'll port into the spot on his arm. What you can do is you can take this little pin right here, and if you push it forward, it will open up, and if you pull it back, it will close, and he has kind of a pincer motion. But the problem is, if you close it too hard, it will sometimes port back into itself like it did just there, and then it doesn't want to open until you actually open it yourself. And then, like I said, this can just be mounted right here on Ratchet's arm, or if you don't want him to have it on his arm, you can actually come right here where the port is on his back, and port it right into his back, so he has a little bit of back armor, I guess. And then one other additional feature he has. If you actually look right here, you can take his arm. You'll notice that this piece is not fused to the rest. This green piece is not fused to the rest of his arm like it is over here. That is because this can actually be flipped open, and we'll go ahead and flip open this little port right here, this little hinge door right here, and we'll fold in his hand. And when you do, you can actually flip this forward. And I know that in the movies he has a little machine weapon, machine gun, whatever you want to call it. This figure does not come with that, but he does come with a battle axe that's built right into his arm. Personally, I would have liked it better if he had the saw blade, like they show in the movie when the Autobots were fighting Brawl, or in the movie case Devastator. Still don't know why they named him that. But anyway, so like I said, he's got kind of a battle axe that he can use in case he needs it. And then for posability, his legs do have kind of a knee joint, so he can like be stepping up on something. His head does have a little bit of a swivel, and then his arms, they'll come out, they can turn. He's got a bend at the elbow. Overall, I think posability wise, oh, there we go. We got him in a little pose right there. Posability wise is limited, but it's still pretty cool to try and come up with a neat pose for him. But anyway, guys, so there is the 2007 live-action Transformers Voyager class Ratchet with his Hummer mode and his alt mode. If you guys have any other ideas for other Transformers you'd like me to try and do, feel free to comment below, even hit that like and subscribe button and hit the notification bell, and I will do what I can to help you out as we go. Until then, bye.